Welcome back. Okay. Guys, we're going to talk about the steps to enlightenment, right? As you enter the river, you cross the river, you get to the other side, and then we'll talk about a few things that happen on the other side, okay? This should be an exciting one. I want to know which stages are you on. Sorry, I want to keep drinking because I have 2 long meditations coming up, and I do not want shortage of water. Okay. So the first thing that happens that even brings you to some level of search is dissatisfaction. And what happens is you start to see, have you guys seen the Generation Z people when they graduate school and they're working full time and they're like, I'm supposed to do this until I'm 65? I wake up in the morning at 7 a.m. and I get ready at 8 and I leave and I get to work at 9 and then I leave office at 5 and I don't get home until 6 or 6:30. I don't even have time to go to gym or hang out with my friends. I can barely just eat food and I'm tired and I want to shower and I want to go to bed. I'm going to do this for the next 40 years? I'm recording, right? Yeah. So that is stage 1. It brings you to a space where when you do have time, when you feel like, wait, is this it to life? You know when people say, when Dr. Joe says, not Dr. Joe, when Dr. Jordan Peterson says that life is inherently suffering. Bullshit. It's not. My life is not. I'm unbelievably happy. I'm so happy I can't shut up about waking you guys up. You know? Look at my community. My groups that I talk to, the Q&As that I do, the one-on-one calls that I do every morning. I wake up at 3 in the morning and I meditate and I'm talking to people until I wake up my baby and take her to her school, and I get back and I continue to answer emails, talk to my group, figure out when those next meditation lives are going to be, and then I go to the office. I come back and I continue my mission. Come to the office, get her from school, get her food, make sure she's good to go, and I continue on my mission until after dinner when I give her time and we do our stories, and then I do a short meditation with her because, you know, I'm teaching her how to do baby meditations before I put her to bed. So stage 1 is this it? Because I'm not happy with if this is going to be life for 40, 50 years. And then the second, the search begins. You start to look for things. You'll look for gurus and yogis and spiritual teachers and then the scientific view of how that works. And you might find somebody that resonates with you. You might find somebody that can speak your language, that can talk spirituality and awakening in the process of it, and make it not only so that you understand it, but make it so that it inspires you enough to continue on the path where you don't miss a day. How many times have you read a book of somebody and you have listened to podcasts of those people and you have you have ran into other people that gave you books and you read and you did all this research for years? I know some of you guys have been doing these studies and you apparently know everything, yet you have never meditated for 3 hours in one day. You have never felt abundance. You have health issues. How is that possible? How can you have health issues if you know how this works? If you know how to heal yourself? Uh-oh. Do I have enough lighting? See, guys, I get so excited. Do I now have enough lighting? Okay. And you guys have been doing all this stuff for decades and nothing happened. And I'm grateful for the fact that some of you guys told me, and I'm reading emails all day. In my inner circle, I do share I have a couple people that I share things with that really inspire me, especially the emails that I get of the impact of some of the things that they have experienced ever since they found the channel. The amount of time, every time I had $1, somebody writes me an email or a message, or they reach out to me on Instagram, that ever since they found my channel, they have not missed a day of doing a meditation for at least an hour a day. That's pretty magical. Most people in the world have never meditated for more than 30 minutes, let alone hours a day. So the search begins. Then you find and people are surprised. They're like, it's unbelievable. I've been watching your channel for 2 months, and for 2 months straight, I've been doing hours of meditations per day, and it has been Alex. He says he's dancing through day. He's working, he's busy, he's doing all this stuff, and he's doing hours of meditation a day, and he somehow feels like he's accomplishing so much more. He's doing everything he needs to do and then some, and somehow he feels this bliss, this flow. His higher self is doing everything right through him. Unbelievable. Anyway, search begins, stage 2. Power of the mind. You start to see through the facade, the matrix, right? I'm going to combine stage 3 and 4. You begin to see the power of the mind. You see through the matrix, and you begin to see that everything is an illusion. Everything is a reflection of your inner world. The outer world is simply a reflection of your inner world, right? The illusion, the hologram, the life that you experience, the body and other people, the separation, all of that is an illusion. That is less than 1% of your existence. How many of you guys did not know that? Until recently, or maybe 5 years ago. And before that, you were completely blind. You thought this was it. Imagine how many people go through life this way. Imagine only to have experienced less than 1% of your existence throughout 80, 90 years of your life. What a tragedy. So when you see through the power of the mind and illusion, now you are in the river. Because now you don't believe your subconscious programming anymore. And when that happens, now the subconscious programming is fighting you. That's when you begin the work. That's when you sit your body down and say, I'm not going to get up from this meditation until I know what it's like to feel abundant, until I know what it's like to feel healed, until I know what it's like to feel that I'm a divine person, that I'm a divine being. How do you do that? All of the teachings of me telling you, other spiritual people, like, what are we all trying to do? We're trying to teach you how to go from high beta wave, high beta stages that you are when you're awake, to alpha when you relax, in theta when you're loopy. This is right before you go to sleep, you're in theta, right? Right between awakening and going deep sleep. And then you go into delta, which is deep sleep, and then gamma is some magic room, magic place. And you can learn to be in delta and gamma while your mind is completely awake and your mind is completely lucid, and the inner world is more real than the outer world. You are outside of space-time now. You are outside, you are now this mystical divine being out there, where there is no space between you and the desired self. There's no space between you and the future self. You are whoever you want. You are wherever you want. And because there's no space, there's no time. Instant manifestations. What does that happen? What does that mean? You are now teaching your body instantaneously what it's like to be courageous, worthy, abundant, whole, in love with life, in awe of life, healed, worthy, and you're in complete harmony with all of existence. Now you're getting in touch with and you're beginning to explore the 99% of your remaining existence. And that's stage 5. Stage 5 is the awakening, the mystical experiences, the out-of-body experiences. I cannot tell you what those mystical experiences look like, because it's words are just so, words become such poor tools to tell you. You have to go see it for yourself, because your mystical and my mystical will never be the same. Why? Because we are experiencing the infinite. We are experiencing the quantum. How many possibilities exist in the quantum? Infinite. So if you grab something from the infinite, the chances of you grabbing anything twice are practically zero. That means if I grab something from the infinite and you grab something from the infinite, it will be never the same. So our mystical experiences will always be different. And when you experience deep meditative states of outside of space and time, you can be gone for weeks, months, years, and you will just be in unbelievable life. You can live another life and you will come back and it would only have been 10 minutes and 15 minutes. I've done it. I've been there. And that was the day I decided I need to turn this into my mission, to wake people up. It changed my life. I came back a different person. I mean, we're all different person in every moment. But the fact that we think the same thoughts, we feel the same emotions, we are around the same frequencies, that we keep turning our past into the future, so we sort of feel like, no, this is still me, this is still me. Or even sometimes in the beginning of this work, you are such a close version of your previous self that you don't really feel the difference. But every meditation changes you, turns you into a different person. Genetically, biologically, electromagnetically, just literally. Your autonomic nervous system is sending new information to the cells and is genetically upgrading you. It is upregulating genes, downregulating genes. It is changing everything. I just had a coherence healing meditation. And coherence healing meditations are just way too powerful for me. They're way too intense for me. I can't do more than one of those a day. I just had one and I have two more coming up, not coherence, other ones. I have Blessings of the Energy Center coming up, and then we have Synchronizing Your Energy with the New Potential. So we'll do those two, and I'll give people a 30-minute break in the middle, and we'll do a Q&A at the end. So this is stage 5, awakening. And this, what happens when you're awakening? Okay, so now you have crossed the river. You've had your mystical experience. What happens now? So the first thing that happens is you experience the bliss that you've never experienced before. It blows your mind, and you're in awe. What does that happen? What happens then? You become very quiet. You become very observant. You can see people's energies. You can feel people's energies. You can give people energy. You can bless people across the world. You can heal them. It's crazy. And when you feel that bliss and when you feel that magic part of you, now that the divine is flowing through you, you just become very quiet. You become very isolated. Spiritual journey is a lone one. People might think you're selfish, but you have just taken a step back because you just want to be alone. You want to figure out what is this? Because it's so new, so unbelievable, so magical, right? And sometime during that, there might be the shadow self that emerges. And you'll feel some primitive, animalistic, you will start to feel and see things within you that needs to be released. And you will keep blessing your energy centers. You will release them. You will use the same energies to shoot it up to your all this creative energy. Now that you have detached yourself from the past and the people and the things and the traumas and the accidents and all of the bad past traumas. And now you have all that creative energy within your field that you can use to create actively your new realities. And you deal with your shadow self. And now you become grounded. The next thing that happens, now we're already on the other side of the river. You become more grounded. What does that mean? You become stable. One of the things that I've been doing the meditations with my group is becoming yin and yang and using your heart to bring the two polar opposites together, combining Earth and the cosmos together, using your heart as the magnet to do it. And when you learn to open your heart, not only can you heal yourself and other people, you can receive now of the realities and intentions. Now that is the place where you can truly start using affirmations. Most people are zombies, they're sleepwalkers. And they start playing these affirmations thinking it's going to change their life. No, it's not. No. You need awakening before you start affirmations. If you have never have an awakening, affirmations, good luck with that. Tell me if you disagree. In fact, email me. Go to my YouTube channel. You can see my email address and you can see my Instagram and you can reach out to me. My channel is not a big channel at all, but I've already started to get some information from the sleepwalkers, the zombies, which is fun. I like to engage with them. And after the groundedness, the stability, that's the last one. On the other side. So now at this point, this whole pathway of spirituality post-awakening turns into a mission. Because now you're exploring the infinite. So the mission becomes the exploration for the rest of your life. Continuous growth and everything else which is within you. You want to learn how to do healing, creating your own realities, figuring out the state of being that you want. How does that happen? You know? How do you help other people? How do you assist the groups and communities that you're a part of? And it just turns into this beautiful mission. And there's so many different ways. I'm not going to get into what that means unless somebody asks me in a Q&A, and then we can dig further into it. But I figured it's probably worth breaking the process down, breaking some of these things down. But let me know what your thoughts are, what stages you have experienced, which ones do you want to look forward to, and which ones do you want me to break further down so I can then talk about it. Love you.